Of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And a special Wednesday afternoon game for you. My name is Ron Jeckett. Welcome to the program on this 12th day of May 2021. We go back now to Wednesday, August 17th, 1949. Just 6 weeks left, and the race is in the National League. We feature today the Brooklyn Dodgers and Philadelphia Phillies. The Dodgers are a half game behind the St. Louis Cardinals as we start action for this particular week at 68 and 45. St. Louis is at 69 and 45. So yes, they are tied in the loss column, and the Dodgers do have a game in hand. Philadelphia is 60 and 57. This is game 118 for them. For the Dodgers, this is game number 14. So 40 games to go. We start the last quarter. So down the stretch they come. Ralph Branca on the mound for the Dodgers. Next, as Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1949. Today from Ebbets Field in Brooklyn, New York, it is the Brooklyn Dodgers at 68 and 45 and the Philadelphia Phillies at 60 and 57. And today's there's a good time to cough. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spreaker, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And so it is Ralph Branca on the mound for the Dodgers. He is making his 23rd start of the year. He is scheduled for 27. He is 5-9 with a 4.43 ERA. And the future concentration champion is 23 years old, a fly ball plus pitcher and a fastball pitcher. Throws it hard at 91. This is his fourth start against the Phils. Sneeze just in time. Against Philadelphia, 19 and 2/3 innings, 14 hits, 3 runs all earned. He has walked 11 and struck out 9, but he has pitched well against them in the run department. One more sneeze coming up. He is 1-1. Of 137. And his nickname, by the way, is Hawk. His last time out was against these Phillies. A 3-hit win over 9 innings on the 10th down at Shibe Park. He went the distance, allowed a run, it was earned. He walked 5 and struck out 4. Thank you, John. Hope you are well today. 156 in the 3rd innings overall, 153 hits. 25 homers, 83 runs, 77 of those are earned. He walked 83 and struck out 88. And if you're wondering about season high in strikeouts, he struck out 8 on the 6th of July against the Braves. So here's the lineup he'll face. Richie Ashburn leads off in center field. Grant Hamner at short will bat second. Dick Sisler at first will bat third. Del Ennis in left will clean up. Holmig is in right. He'll bat fifth. Old Puddinhead Jones at third will bat sixth. Goliot at second will bat seventh. Andy Semenick behind the plate will bat eighth. And Donnelly on the mound for the Phils will bat ninth and should throw around 115 pitches. Weather not a factor here today. 84 degrees, wind blowing in from center at 21, and the Chamber of Commerce says the skies are clear. Defensively for the Dodgers, Marv Rackley is a 2 and a 1 in left. That's bad. Duke Snyder is a 9 and an 8 in center. That's good. Gene Hermansky is a 2 and a 6 in right. No Carl Furillo today pitching for the Dodgers. Billy Cox is at third for Brooklyn. He's a 5. Pee Wee Reese a 9 at short. Jackie Robinson, probably not going to get 400, but still hitting 380. He's an 8 at second. Gil Hodges a 9 at first. And Bruce Edwards gets the call behind the plate. He's a 6 and a 4. Ralph Branca, not a great fielder. He's a 2 out of 10 range with a .913 fielding percentage. And so there you go. Richie Ashburn steps in with a fresh breeze and the smell of some Nathan's hot dogs in the air at 263, 8 triples, and 42 RBI. And this one starts with ball 4. So Branca lost him on a 3-0 out inside, and Ashburn walked on 4 pitches. Here's Hamner. Grand at 260, 5 homers and 45 RBI. With you tomorrow for baseball as well, or normal Thursday afternoon game. Ashburn goes. It's a chopper down to Hodges on the hit and run. Gill goes to the bag himself, and Ashburn moves to second. Hamner is retired. 1 out for Dick Sisler. Dick at 267, 7 homers, and 32 RBI. As we said, game 118 for the Phillies, and the Dodgers are at the 3/4 pole. This is game 114. And Branca lost Sisler. 3-1 was outside and low. And so runners on first and second for Del Ennis at 293, 14 homers and 79 RBI. So Branca not finding the strike zone in the early going. Ennis into center field. Snyder going back, but that wind is pretty sharp. Snyder makes the catch. Ashburn will hold at second, 2 out. For Stan Holmig at 273, a homer, and 18 RBI. Here's the pitch. Chopper down to, well, it hit Ashburn. As a matter of fact, it was a chopper to short, and Richie didn't leap. And so it hit him in the shin, and of course, if a batted ball hits a runner, he's out. And that will retire the side. So the Phillies end up stranding 2. Holbig gets credit for an infield single. Is that right? The game gave him credit for an infield single, but Ashburn is hit by the batted ball, and that's it. No runs are hit, and they leave on 2. The runners on second, and of course, Holmig on first. Half an inning down, and it's no score. So Blix Donnelly, making his 9th start of the year for the Phillies, is 4 and 4. Hey, no problem, Paulie. You're doing boxing, right? What else are you doing on your channel? He's 4 and 4, by the way. Blix Donnelly, not TB Paulie, with an ERA of 7.30. He's 35 years old, fastball pitcher 85, and a standard pitcher. He has faced the Dodgers now 3 times, 1 start, 10 in the 3rd innings, 8 hits, 2 runs both earned. He's walked 8 and struck out 7. And is 1-0 with an ERA of 1.74, and that pretty much came in his last appearance on the 11th down at Shibe Park, where he beat the Dodgers. Well, shut him out for 7 in the 3rd innings. You can't do better than that. Allowed 3 hits, walked 5, and struck out 4. D. Scott Howard says, "Go Dodgers." So Donnelly, 65 in the 3rd innings, 94 hits. That's a lot. 55 runs, 53 earned. He's walked 31 and struck out 30. TV Paulie, by the way, does boxing on YouTube and OOTP22 on Twitch. So here's a lineup Donnelly will face. Pee Wee Reese leads off at short. Marv Rackley is in left field. He'll bat second. Duke Snyder will hit third. Donnelly, by the way, a righty. Jackie Robinson cleans up at second base. Gene Hermansky in right will bat fifth. Gil Hodges at first goes sixth. Billy Cox at third will bat seventh. Bruce Edwards behind the plate will bat eighth. And Ralph Branca, who threw 19 pitches in his half of the first, will bat ninth. And this does look like the typical day game after a night game lineup for the Dodgers. Del Ennis is a 7-7 and left as we set the Phillies defense for you. Richie Ashburn at 10-8. Stan Holmig a 3-7. So good arms, and Ashburn has great range, kind of like an Amana. Puddinhead Jones is a 9 at third. Hamner a 5 at short. Goliot is a 6 at second. Sisler a 5 at first. And Semenick a 6 behind the plate with a 9 arm. Donnelly, not his own best friend on the mound. 2 range and an 875 fielding percentage. So here's Pee Wee at 308. 11 homers and 66 RBI. And the Brooklyn ball game starts with a fly ball to left center field. Ennis will go get it. 1 out. For Marv Rackley, who is a superb pinch hitter, 364, 2 homers and 16 RBI. Donnelly's pitch. Here's a little nubber down to Sisler. He'll underhand it to Donnelly covering. And that's 2 out. So Branca probably could go the distance if he pitches well. Donnelly can go 115. And I would imagine that Jim Constantine might make an appearance, although he never pitches well in my games. Here's Duke Snider. 282, 22 homers, and 69 RBI. And there's a fly ball to right. Holmig goes over in the corner by the bullpens, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 1, it's the Phillies nothing, the Dodgers nothing. So Willie Jones, Goliot, and Andy Semenick here in the second, with Donnelly in the hole, should anybody reach. Willie at 257, 14 homers, and 65 RBI. Pitch to Willie, popped up. Robinson behind the bag at second. He calls for it, and there's 1 out. For Mike Goliot, 294, 1 homer, and 6 RBI. I love that color picture. It makes it look like that could have just been taken yesterday, couldn't it? Doesn't it? Branca's picture looks older. And that looks like a magazine cover. That might be something you'd find on the cover of Life or Look or something like that. Pitch to Goliot is into center field. Snyder going way back there, and that ball is gone. Snyder just kept going back and back and back and ran out of real estate. That's his second of the year, and the Phillies draw first blood 1-0. That did not look like a home run off the bat, but it just kept rising. And it hits just below the facade for the second deck. So what'd Branca do? Just kind of hung that in there. And it's 1-0 Phils. Here's Andy Semenick. Andy at 279, 29 homers, and 71 RBI. Branca deals. Got him. So an 0-2, swung on and missed the fastball at 92, and there's 2 out. For Blix Donnelly. It's got to be a nickname, unless he's not American. That's just not a name you ever hear. He's hitting 120 with an RBI, by the way. Branca's pitch. Got him. He swings and misses at the fastball on a 1-2 count, and that will retire the side. But Goliot with a solo shot, the 1 run and the 1 hit. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Phillies 1, Dodgers nothing. So it'll be Robinson, Hermansky, and Hodges to face Donnelly here in the second as you hear the sirens behind me. Robinson at 380. 14 homers and 87 RBI. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of the Dodger regulars in the lineup are hitting 300. That's pretty amazing. Pitch to Robinson is popped up left side. Hamner 1 out. Here's Hermansky, Gene at 314. His year's almost done. He only has 14 more at-bats. 9 homers and 27 RBI. And there's a pop-up into center field. The wind's blowing in. Ashburn actually had to go back and track it for the out. 2 away for Hodges. Gill at 330. 17 homers and 89 RBI. Donnelly's pitch. Hodges into left center field. Ashburn tracks over and makes the catch to retire the side. So the Dodgers are 6 up, 6 down. We go to the 3rd inning. It's the Phillies 1, the Dodgers nothing. So top of the lineup here for Ashburn and Branca. Richie walked his first time up. Branca's opening 9 on 33 pitches. 2 innings, 2 hits, a home run to Goliath. He has walked 2 and struck out 2. Pitch to Ashburn. Base hit right center field. Hermansky will pick it up, and Richie's got himself a single. That brings up Hamner. Brand is 0 for 1. Phillies trying to get to 61 and 57. They have a small chance, I suppose, if both the Dodgers and the Cardinals kind of collapse a bit. The National League is pretty deep. When we show you the standings in a few minutes, there's still 6 teams over 500. There goes Ashburn, another hit and run. Hodges will pick it up. No, he'll let it go foul. So a high bounder that didn't bounce the right way. So the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Pitch to Hamner. There's a ground ball to Robinson. Goes to Reese for 1. Over to Gill, and I believe they've turned it. Yes, they have. 4-6-3 on the double play. And so Branca tips his cap to his infield. And 2 out for Sisler, who walked his first time up. Struck him out. He swung on and missed a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. And that will retire the side. Phil's get a hit, and that's it. Nobody left on. No runs, no errors. Bottom 3, 1-0 Phillies. So Billy Cox will lead off the 3rd, with Edwards and Branca to follow. Billy at 232, 5 homers, and 33 RBI. Pitch to Cox. There's a ground ball to Goliath. He flips it over to Sisler, 1 out. As Bruce Edwards steps to the plate, these 2 teams, including today, will play 6 more times. Remember, it's 22 against each team. The Dodgers lead the season series 10-6. But the Phils... Oh, let's read that right. The Dodgers have beaten the Phillies 6 out of 7 times here in Brooklyn. And the Phillies only have 3 more at home against the Dodgers, and they lead that series 5-4. Edwards at 165, 5 homers and 19 RBI. And there's a fly ball left center field. Ashburn and Hamner, and Richie slides on the grass and makes the catch. 1 out. For 2 out. For Branca, Ralph, not much of a hitter. He's at 087 with 4 RBI. Donnelly deals, and that's ball 4. So that's the beer league walk. You never want to walk the pitcher, especially with 2 out. Brings up Pee Wee Reese. Pee Wee's 0 for 1. Donnelly, 38 pitches for his first 9. 2 2/3 innings and a walk. Into right center field. Ashburn will make the catch, and that will retire the side. So the walk does not matter. No runs, no hits, no errors. We played 3 at Ebbets. It's the Phillies 1, the Dodgers nothing. So here are the standings. 86 degrees, by the way, now in Brooklyn. I'd say, obviously, the Dodgers and Cardinals are in a dogfight. The Giants still have a chance, although they can't be losing too many more games. And Pittsburgh, maybe. They would need a lot to go right. And the Phillies at 60 and 57, 10.5 back. And the American League, it's the Yankees' world, and we're allowed to live here. 73 and 42, Cleveland 10 back. The Red Sox are finally playing almost up to their capabilities. And the Tigers are 57 and 58. Then Washington, the A's, the White Sox, and then the Browns. So here's Ennis. Dell is 0 for 1. Ground ball to short, deep in the hole. Peavy throws over to first, 1 out. 1-0 Phillies top the fourth inning. Goliath with a solo shot in the second is the game's lone run. Now, Holmig technically was credited with a single, although Ashburn was hit by the batted ball. Let's go Tickle. Tickle's not starting this game. Pitch for Holmig. There's a ground ball to third. Cox by the bag across the way, 2 out. And that brings up Willie Jones. Willie is 0 for 1. Branca. Rhymes with Sanka. Winds and deals. There's a base hit into right field. Oh, good. So, all is well in the Gardner family. Successful surgery. Here's Goliath. Mike homered his last time up. Runner on first, 2 out for the Phils. Struck him out. This time he got him on the inside corner with a fastball looking. 92 miles an hour. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 1-0 Phils. So it'll be Rackley, Snyder, and Robinson to face. Donnelly this time around. Marv is 0 for 1. Pitch to Marv. Here's a ground ball base hit right side, and the Dodgers finally have something in the hit column. So that brings up Snyder. The only runner that had reached before that was Ralph Branca on a walk in the third. Pitch from Donnelly. Struck him out. He got him to swing on a 2-2 fastball. So 1 out for Robinson, who's 0 for 1. Blix throws to first, and Rackley's back. Pitch to Robinson. Here's a ground ball. Donnelly snares it. Goliath for 1 over to Sisler, and I believe it's going to be a 1-4-3. Yes, it is. And so that will end the inning. Dodgers finally get a hit, but no runs. They don't leave anybody on and no errors. After 4, 1-0 Phils. So Semenick, Donnelly, and Ashburn as the Phils will flip the lineup here in the top of the fifth. Andy struck out his first time up. Ralph has 4. Pitch to Semenick. Into right center field. Snyder coming in. 1 out. Wind is now blowing in from left at 25. Left center field, that is, and it's 88 degrees. So lots of people in the bleachers not wearing any shirts. Here's Donnelly. He struck out his first time up. And everybody on the field wearing those woolen uniforms is going, I wish. Pitch to Donnelly. Here's a fly ball left center field. Snyder, 2 out. So Branca is opening 18 on 61 pitches. 4 2/3 innings, 4 hits. A solo shot to Goliath. He walked 2 and struck out 4. On the wrong side of a 1-0 score about halfway through the ballgame. Pitch to Aspirin, who's 1-for-1 with a walk. Ground ball to Reese, comes in on the grass, throws it to first, and that will retire the side. Halfway home on a Wednesday afternoon, it's the Phillies 1, the Dodgers nothing. We'll be back right after this. If you joined us late, here's how we got here. We get the super small print again. Phillies failed to score after loading the bases in the first. In the second, Mike Goliah had a solo home run to center field that fooled Duke Snyder and myself to make it 1-0. And that's been the lone run of the ballgame. So Blix Donnelly throwing a one-hitter through 4. He's walked a batter and struck out a man. Branca has pitched well. 5 innings, 4 hits, the solo shot, and that's it. He's walked 2 and struck out 4. Here's Hermansky. Gene is 0-for-1. Donnelly starts the 5th. Into right field. Into Holmig. 1 out. Tabletop Sports. Something about white noise. You'll know it when you see it. Yep. Here's Hodges. Gill's 0-for-1. Pitch to Gill. Struck him out. Donnelly got him to swing and miss on a fastball. 2 out. The second strikeout. Here's Cox. The Dodger fans have been quiet today. Pitch to Cox is a ground ball to second. Goliath in the hole. Over to first, and that will retire the side. So, no runs, no hits, no errors. Didn't think that someone with an ERA of over 7 would be throwing a shutout through 5, but that's where we are. After 5, 1-0 Phils. So here's Hamner. It'll be Hamner, Sisler, and Ennis. Gran is 0-for-2. This time around, he chops one to first. Hodges underhands it to Branca for the out, 1 away. Here's Sisler. Dick has walked and struck out. He's 0-for-1. There's a base hit up the middle for Sisler, past a diving Robinson. That's the 5th hit for the Phillies. Here's Ennis. He's 0-for-2. Phillies 1 run on 5 hits and no errors. They've left 3 on so far. The Dodgers have only had 2 base runners. So no runs, a hit, no errors, and they've left on a man. Pitch to Ennis is ball 4, so Branca lost him. On a 3-1 count upstairs. Edwards says a few words to Al, Red Sox fan behind the plate, and Al says, I do enough wrestling, I know what to do with you. Here's Holmig. He technically singled. He's 1-for-2. But remember, that ball hit Richie Ashburn on the way to third, and that ended the inning. Edwards goes out to talk to Branca. Ralph nods and pitches. And Holmig goes down by way of the K. He swung on and missed a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. 2 out. That's 5 for Ralph. And then I'll bring up Willie Jones, who's 1-for-2. Willie has himself a single. 2 out. Runners on first and second. Jamie is subbed out for 10 straight months and 11 months overall. Thank you, my friend. It's always a great day for baseball. There's never a wrong day for baseball. Pitch to Jones is a chopper foul, third base side. And the count goes to 2-2. By the way, I've heard that Tom Brady goes back to Foxborough for Week 4 as the NFL schedule comes out today. And that the Thursday night opening game of the season is Dallas at Tampa. Really? I mean, great for Tampa, but wouldn't you want that for like a New Orleans or an Atlanta or... You know, if there was a bit more Vince McMahon in the NFL, that's where I would have put the Patriots. No, but that game's in Foxborough, so I wouldn't. Never mind. Pitch to Jones. Struck him out. That's 6. So Branca got him to swing and miss on the rainbow curve, and that will retire the side. Phil Strand 2. No runs, a hit, and no errors. Bottom of the 6th inning, 1-0 Phillies. So Edwards, Branca, and Reese to face Donnelly here in the 6th. Edwards is 0 for 1. And there's a line drive to left. Ennis is there, and that will be the first out. Well, I think most of the country that's not Cowboy fans have Cowboy fatigue. But I can't imagine that's the one they want to feature, huh? Here's Branca. Branca walked his first time up. And this time around, he chops one up short. Hamner is just going to have to hold it. That was on the grass. Gran ran in, and Hamner wasn't going to risk a throw. So Branca gets an infield single, and that's a second hit. That'll bring up Pee Wee Reese. Donnelly threw 18 batters, 5 in the 3rd innings, 71 hits, or 71 pitches. 2 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Jamie says, as a football fan that grew up in the Washington area, we always had Cowboy fatigue. Grew up in New England, northern New England, and there were a lot of Cowboy fans, but that's when, in the late 70s, during their first of their Champagne eras, or the second. Here's Semenuk going out to talk to Donnelly. Pitch to Pee Wee is a line drive to Hamner, and leaps and makes the catch. So I guess I'm not going to sneeze after all. Here's Rackley. Marv is 1 for 2 with a single. Second hit for the is Branca. Pitch to Rackley is a fly ball into right center field. Holmig tracks over, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Dodgers strand a runner. No runs, 1 hit, no errors after 6. Still a pitcher's duel, 1-0 Phils. So here's Goliath. Mike hit a solo shot in the 2nd, and that is the lone run of the ball game. If you did not see, both CBS and Fox will have a doubleheader the opening week of the season. Usually they share that doubleheader on the last week of the season, but they get one for the opening week. I believe the Patriots open up against the Dolphins. Pitch to Goliath is ball 4. So Branca gives up his 4th walk. Here's Semenuk. Andy is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Sunday Night Football at opening week are the Bears and the Rams from Los Angeles. And the Raiders host the opening Monday night game. I forget who they play. Pitch to Semenuk. Popped up left side. Reese and Cox. That's Billy's ball. And there's 1 out. Brings up Donnelly, who's 0 for 2 with the strikeout. I still can't believe, speaking of Washington, that they have yet to pick a nickname for the football team. Pitch to Donnelly. Here's a line drive to right. Hermansky's there. 2 out. Where'd you play your pro football? I played for the Washington football team. Ashburn 1 for 2. He is single, no walk. Branca, 27 batters deep, 92 pitches, 6 2/3 innings, 5 hits. The home run to Goliath. He has walked 4 and struck out 6. I like that. Should have kept the Redskins name but switched the logo to a potato. They'd be the Spuds. I like that. Pitch to Ashburn. Struck him out. Stretch time, 1-0 Phils. So Branca got him on the inside corner on an 0-2 fastball, and that retires the side. Bottom 7 now. Here's Snyder, Robinson, and Hermansky. The Duke 0 for 2 with a strikeout. I mean, those of you who grew up in the D.C. area, of course, are familiar with Frank Herzog, who called those games on radio forever. And every time they scored, touchdown, Washington Redskins. Do you think it would have the same zeal today? Touchdown, Washington football team. I think not. Pitch to Snyder is a ground ball to Sisler. He'll take it to the bag himself at first, 1 out. Here's Jackie Robinson. Jackie is 0 for 2. He's grounded into a double play. And don't think that radio crew with Herzog, Sam Huff, and Sonny Jurgensen didn't have a lot of fun on Sundays. Robinson, ground ball is short. Hamner's just going to hold it, and Jackie's got himself an infield single. So that's hit number 3 for the Dodgers. That brings up Hermansky. Gene is 0 for 2. And he draws ball 4, so Donnelly starting to lose the script a bit with 1 out here in the 7th. So Robinson on second, Hermansky on first, and that'll bring up Gil Hodges, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Oh no, they were a good listen. Biased, of course, Jamie says, but it was the best to listen to. Always turn the volume down on the TV. Although Pat and John were a pretty good listen. But, yep. Pitch to Hodges. There's a pop-up into center field. Ashburn going back there, and that is caught. Robinson will try for third. The throw to Jones is safe. So Robinson moves to third. Hermansky moves up. So you got a case where the tying run is on third and the go-ahead run is on second, 2 out. Here's Billy. He's 0 for 2. Donnelly starting to warble just a little bit here in the latter stages of the 7th inning. Wind blowing in from center now at 25. And that is off Long Island Sound. And it's 89 degrees. Pitch to Cox. Here's a line drive, and Puddinhead is there. And that will retire the side. I didn't look to see what Robinson's stolen base chance was. After 7, Donnelly still has a shutout. No runs, a hit. They strand 2. 1-0 Phils. So Hamner, Sisler, and Ennis, 31%, yeah. They're liking this result in St. Louis. Hamner is 0 for 3. Sisler and Ennis to follow here in the 8th. Struck him out. An 0-2 fastball for strike 3. That's 8 for Branca, and that matches his season high. Here's Sisler. Dick has walked, struck out, and singled. He's 1 for 2. Actually, 31% to steal home is probably one of the highest I've seen ever in the game. In the right field, Hermansky has it for the out, 2 away. Here's Ennis. Dell is 0 for 2 with a walk. It'll be Edwards, Branca, and Reese in the bottom of the inning for the Dodgers. Pitch to Ennis. There's a line drive up the middle past the diving Robinson. Snyder throws it back in. 6th hit for the Phillies. So 2 out for Holmig. Again, he's technically 1 for 3 with a strikeout. No, you can second guess. I don't think I've ever tried to steal a home. If I'm looking and I see someone's got a, decent chance to steal third, I'll do it, but see what Holmig does here. Here's a fly ball, left center field. Snyder going back there, and that's off the wall. So Ennis will round third and score. Holmig is going to try for 3. The throw to Cox is not in time. So that's a legit triple, and it's now 2-0 Phils. So here's Jones. Willie is 1 for 3 with a strikeout. And there's a line drive to third. Cox is there, and that will retire the side. Phillies get a big insurance run on 2 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, 2-0 Philadelphia. So Edwards, and now we'll go with the pinch hitter. And Reese, as the Dodgers trying to scrape a couple runners together. Pitch to Donnelly. From Donnelly, struck him out. He got him on a 1-2 swinging. Now the Dodgers on a day game, not playing very awake baseball. Branca now hitting 106. And you know who's coming in. Carl Furillo. Furillo at .325, 21 homers, and 108 RBI. Donnelly winds. There's a base hit in the right field. So Holmig got a late jump. 1 out for Pee Wee Reese. Pee Wee is 0 for 3. Donnelly, 27 batters deep, 102 pitches, 7 1/3 innings, 4 hits. He walked 2 and struck out 3. Pitch to Reese, ball 4. And that'll do it for Donnelly. Jim Constantine, or as we call him here on the channel, Jimmy Istanbul, coming in to pitch. We got a pitching change this game coming to you from Ebbets Field in Brooklyn. So Constantine making his 41st appearance. He is 0-6 with 5 saves and an ERA of .586. He throws the knuckler. Fastball tops out at 83. This is his 9th appearance against the Dodgers. He's thrown 11 innings, 15 hits, 9 runs, all earned. He has walked 7 and struck out 5. He's 0-1 with a save and an ERA of .736. He last pitched against the Dodgers last night in a no decision. An inning and 2/3, 2 hits, a run it was earned with a strikeout. So overall, 58 1/3 innings, 77 hits, 8 home runs, 47 in total, 38 earned. He's walked 29 and struck out 25. So Rackley is 1 for 3 with a single. 2-0 Phils, 1 out, bottom of the 8th. And there's a ground ball base hit right side. Ferrillo will hold. So the bases are full of Brooklyns. For Duke Snyder, who is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Ferrillo on third. Reese the tying run on second. And Rackley on first. Pitch to Snyder. Line drive to Goliath for the second out. So Constantine is 1 out away again out of this bases loaded jam. Here's Robinson. Jackie reached on an infield hit. He's 1 for 3. Got a chance here to tie the ball game. Constantine from the line with 2 out. Here's a pop-up left center field. Ashburn going way back there, and that's a grand slam. That just kept rising and rising and rising. And the mojo is with Jackie Robinson, his 15th of the year. They're drinking Maldito in Philadelphia. It's 4-2 Dodgers. So Constantine chokes up the hairball. The one thing with the knuckler is you don't know where it's going to dance, and that ball just kept going and going. In fact, into the teeth of a 25-mile-an-hour wind. So, 4 RBI for Robinson. Nobody on for Hermansky. It was 0 for 2 with a walk. Pitch. There's a liner in the right field. That's going to drop for a hit. Nicholson with a bad jump. Hermansky's digging for 2. The throw to Hamner is not in time. That's his 6th double of the year. Did you see Jackie Robinson hit that ball? It would zoom in across the center field wall. Still buzzing about that. Here's Hodges. He's 0 for 3. The Phillies, Constantine is going to be 0 and 7, I think. ERA balloons to 6.14. And they walked Hodges intentionally, so runners on first and second for Billy Cox. Where's Gardner? So here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Tickle Me Louie Olmo, at 389, no homers, and 12 RBI. He has not had a pinch hit this year. Does it show? He's only pinch hit 1, so he's 0 for 1. So Constantine. Pitch to Olmo. There's a fly ball to left. Ennis going back in the corner. Makes the catch, and that will retire the side. 4 runs on the grand slam by Jackie Robinson. On 4 hits and no errors. They leave 2 on. We go to the 9th. It's 4-2 Brooklyn. Righty, lefty. All right. Yeah, he is the MVP. Aubrey Blaza's crazy uncle on the mound, Jack Banda, looking for his 4th save of the year. He is 2-0 with 3 saves, an ERA of .390. 24 years old, fastball pitcher at 92. And the flyball pitcher. His 5th appearance against the Phils. 16 innings, 15 hits, 8 runs all earned. He's walked 7 and struck out 7, and an ERA of 4.5. His last appearance was against the Braves on the 14th. An inning, 2 hits, a run that was earned, and a walk. So 83 innings, 83 hits, 8 home runs. He's given up 36 in total, no unearned. Walked 30 and struck out 37. His last save came on the 6th of August against the Reds. So Goliat, Semenic, and Nicholson as Constantine goes in on the 5 hole, and Nicholson, who made the bad play in right, will bat in the 9 spot. Goliat 1 for 2. He has walked, homered his 2nd, and struck out. You had Elmo. You just had Elmo. He pinch hit. Defensive changes for the Dodgers. Hermansky moves to left. He's a 4 and a 6. Furillo in right, an 8 and a 10. And Eddie Mixis is in for Billy Cox. He's a 5 a third. Goliat up the middle. Pee-wee over the bag at second. Over to first, 1 out. 1 away for Semenic. So Jackie Robinson's grand slam has changed things dramatically here. Andy is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. There's a line drive to Banta, 2 out. And now bring up Bill Nicholson, last chance saloon for the Phillies, 242. They might pinch hit for him here. 9 homers and 33 RBI. He stays in the game and strikes out to end it. He swung on a curveball on a 1-2 pitch, and the Dodgers save this one from the frying pan. They win this by a total of 4-2. So Jackie Robinson is our Digital Dice MVP. His grand slam in the 8th is all the Dodger runs. Right there. So Donnelly pitched well for the Phils. Oh, let's give you the totals. 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Phils. 4 runs, 7 hits, and no errors for the Dodgers. Branca goes to 6 and 9, 8 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned. The home run by Goliat, he walked 4 and struck out 8. Banta got a 3-out save. He went in the clean inning with a strikeout. Donnelly had minus stuff, but pitched, I thought, really, really well. 7 in the 3rd innings, 4 hits. Both the runs courtesy of the grand slam that he did not give up. 2 runs, both earned. He walked 3 and struck out 3. Constantine blows his 6th save of the year. He falls to 0 and 7, gives up 3 hits in 2/3 of an inning, and Jackie Robinson torched him for the home run, his 15th, and he has now driven in 91 runs on the year. And Tickle Me Elmo gets credit for the game-winning RBI. That's pretty cool. So let's play the rest of this day in baseball, the 17th day of August, 1949. St. Louis and Brooklyn are now tied, by the way. The Yankees beat the Senators 7-2. Vic Raschi goes to 14 and 9. Ray Scarborough 12 and 6, and Jake Early goes 2 for 3 with a double for the Sens. Pittsburgh beats Chicago 11-5. Bonham 7 and 7. Rush 5 and 14. Wally Westlake is 18th of the year, 3 for 4. Drove in 6, including a grand slam. It's great news in Brooklyn because the Reds beat the Cardinals 4-3. Peterson gets the win. He goes to 4 and 4. No, it's not Norm. Johnson takes a loss. He goes to 0 and 4. And Glaviano goes 3 for 4 in the loss. Browns beat the Indians 2-1. Al Papai does not give up an earned run. He walks 2. He goes to 7 and 4. Early win, quite early for him, 3-10. And Lehner, 2 for 3 with the triple. Red Sox beat the A's in Philadelphia 4-3. Chuck Stobbs goes to 10-3. Fowler falls to 10-11. Ted Williams, 2 for 4, along with his 31st home run of the year. Giants shut out the Braves 4-0 in Boston. Hartung goes to 7-13. Vern Bickford falls to 9-10. Hank Thompson, 2 for 4, his 7th of the year, and drives in 2. And last but not least, Detroit 5, Chicago 1. Ted Gray goes to 11-7. Hafner falls to 0-3. George Kell, 2 for 4. So, in the standings, as you hear the sirens again behind me, the Dodgers lead by half a game. They'll make up that game in hand when they play the Phillies. The Giants are 6.5. The Pirates are 9 back. In the American League again, you can buy your Yankee World Series tickets at any Gimbels, Macy's, and Bloomberg's. They have an 11-game lead over Cleveland, 14 over Boston, and 16 over the Tigers. The lunchtime special tomorrow will actually be in Pittsburgh, as the Cardinals, who are now in second place, travel to face the Pirates. Now, next week, we'll have for you, I must pick a game. We'll go with the Yankees. Okay, well, next Wednesday, St. Louis and Brooklyn. And then finally, my guess is St. Louis and the Giants. Or, no, New York and Cleveland. So there you have it. Hey, thank you so much for watching. There's a special daytime version of that. Need more Teddy ball game. Well, the Red Sox have actually got to play well. And I really can't ignore 1 versus 2 in either league. So, we're coming into the end of August. The season ends on the 2nd. So, there you go. So we're down to brass tacks time here. 6 weeks to go in the season. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Ron Juckett. So long, everybody.